So here I have the OnePlus 5. This is the 128GB version, which has a whopping 8GB of RAM. That's insane. This is the first OnePlus phone that I've ever owned. I tried to buy the first version and, you know, the whole ticketing system. It ended up that if you wanted to get it, you were going to have to wait months and months and months, and I bought another phone at the time. The box is quite nice. Dual camera, clearer photos. Slide it off here. And here we have it. This is the OnePlus 5. So bring the camera down a little bit. See it a little bit better. So it looks like there's a screen protector on, which is good because there was no accessories available when I bought this phone. Absolutely none. There's no cases, no accessories. And the reason is I've got the early bird special. You know, it's not being actively sold until next week. So it looks like there's something in this box as well, but I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so we've got, it looks like a kind of welcome card thing. We've got a 3-prong UK adapter. Nearly dropped it on the phone there. So this is the dash charger, and this is the dash charging cable, the Type-C charging cable. And that's all there is in that part of the box. It's quite a minimal box. It doesn't look like there's any other accessories, no case, no earphones, nothing like that. Which, I mean, I guess I can see the thinking behind that. I'll just quickly see what's in this box before we show you the phone. So we've got the quick start guide, we've got a SIM ejector tool, and it looks like that's what it is. It's just, you know, documentation in there. I thought there was actually something in there because it looks like there's something going to be on the inside, but doesn't look like there is, just the SIM ejector tool. Okay, now we have the phone, and it does have a screen protector on. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's one of those ones that, you know, a legitimate one or one that's just put on there before you take it off. Place your SIM in the SIM card tray. The NFC sensor is here. First impressions are that this is a very thin phone. It does look awfully like an iPhone, without a doubt. Very, very sexy at the side. And that's the notification slider, 3 different settings. So we've got a 16 megapixel sensor at the front, and we've got a 16 and 20 at the back. 8GB of RAM, Snapdragon 835. Now I'm not going to talk about specifications too much. I talked about that in my video yesterday. I just want to really just show you the phone. So if you look at the bottom of the phone here, this looks like the speaker grill. Looks like a mic there. We've got the Type-C charging port, and we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack. Along the side, looks like the volume rocker. This is the alert slider. So you can turn off notifications or put it on Do Not Disturb. Nothing at the top. And on the other side, we've got the power button, and we've got this, the SIM card slot. There's no micro SD card in this. There is no waterproofing either. Just to quickly compare it to my HTC U11, they both have the same size of screen. And they both look, the HTC OnePlus 5 is actually a tiny bit smaller, but it seems a little bit thinner from the side. I don't know if that's coming off in the shot, but it's definitely a little bit thinner. And the HTC U11 is a very thin phone, so it's not like this is chunky, but it is marginally smaller. You'll see in the HTC U11, the camera comes out a little bit, but it's a little bit more, it comes out a little bit more on the OnePlus 5. You can see that the cameras are raised out like that. So when you set it down, I mean, it is protected by glass though, so it should be okay. So should have a little bit of a charge in it. There we go. One thing to note about this screen is that it's 1080p. This is a 1440p screen, and most other flagship phones at the moment have a 1440p screen. They've went with a 1080p screen, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I'll need to see, but the one thing I would say is that doesn't seem to be English United Kingdom, is there? Just English. There we go. The one thing I would say, it's got a 1080p screen, but that could transfer into it being, better battery life. It might last a lot longer. So it's asking me, welcome to the OnePlus A5000. Copy your data. Start as new. I'm going to just start as fresh because I'm not sure whether I'm going to transfer everything over. The thing is, this is a 1080p AMOLED screen, and from a resolution point of view, I don't know. I'll need to put the phone on, but it doesn't seem like this is going to be a terrible... I'll skip all this now. Doesn't seem like that's going to be a terrible display. I think sometimes it gets to a point where it's kind of overkill with getting the high resolution screen, and it looks great for movies, it looks great for games, but day-to-day use, all you're doing is using more battery in order to power that screen. So choose a pattern. Right, we'll go across, we'll go down. So it's got a fingerprint sensor. They say that it should be 0.2 seconds once you've done it. The edges more. Right. Here we go. This is the OnePlus 5. See if this fingerprint works. It's asking me for security. Yeah, it seems okay. So, when you put the screens down side by side, it doesn't look like... I think this one actually pops a little bit more, but I've still got the... I don't know if that's maybe the screen protector. Seems fairly quick at the moment. What I'll do is I just want to show you storage and memory. You can see that 629 megabytes of 111 gigabyte. So you've got 111 gigabytes of storage in this version from 128. And from RAM, where are we? Oh, that was on the same page. Here we go. So there you go. Total memory available. We've got 7.5 gigabytes. And I'm only using 1.5. That's an insane amount of RAM. Twice as much RAM as my HTC U11. So first impressions, just taking it out of the box. This is a very, very sexy phone. It's, I guess in some respects, it's quite a boring design. It's just black, but it's very thin. It's very light. The screen actually looks okay in my opinion. It's a lower resolution, but it looks okay. Seems snappy. Worth noting that OnePlus in the past with the OnePlus 3 and the OnePlus 3T, they cheated on benchmarks, and they've done it again with the OnePlus 5. But for me, it doesn't change the fact that this has got a Snapdragon 835 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, so I don't even know why they're trying to cheat. Looks good, guys. Right, I'm going to be doing some videos on this over the next week. If you have any questions about the OnePlus 5, please do leave a comment below. I'll do my best to address them in a future video. And until then, thanks for watching.